channel. If you are new, welcome. I'm so excited to have you back. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Today I want to continue on with When God Writes Your Love Story, and we're focusing on the pursuit as I titled this video. And I want to start by sharing with you a season of my life which was a really key point in my life, and basically it changed my life. Some years ago I found myself in a season of transition. I moved from my country to a new country, and it was a big step for me to change everything about my life. Everything was new. My whole life was about to change, and it was just exciting. A lot of things were happening in that first year. I was going through a lot of doubt, insecurity, fear, anxiety, panic attacks. I found myself questioning my own choices, if I made the right move or not, and it was really difficult. And in the same time I started this friendship with this guy, and that made it even more challenging for me, and actually it brought up a lot of things that was hiding in my heart. A lot of things came to the surface and I didn't like it. The guy was great, don't get me wrong, but I made choices in that period of time that were not the wisest, that were not the best for me, but as I went through them, I've learned a lot. So I'm grateful, but it was tough. That season, it was really tough for me. I learned a lot. One day I was on my way to see this guy, to meet with him, and I was really excited, and I found myself on a bus, and when I went to sit down I found this silver ring, and it was really suspicious to find something like that because I never find things like never, and I was like, okay, this is weird. So I sat down and I was like, okay, this is not an accident. When these kind of things happen in my life, I tend to go to God and ask questions about the situation, and that's what I did. I asked God, is this ring a sign? Are you trying to tell me something? Then I went quiet and I waited to see if I get any answer or anything. And then I sensed in my spirit that He was saying, you are mine first before anyone else's. And then that was it. And I was like, okay. I didn't pay too much attention to the words because I was so excited to see this guy. So I kind of put the ring aside and went on. The meeting didn't happen, and I was really sad about it. I was really disappointed, and I had to go back home. I was crying on my way home. I was so disappointed. But looking back now, I see that it was God's hand protecting me. It was God's hand leading me. So yeah, long story short, after a couple of months I ended my friendship with this guy. I went back to what he said to me back on the bus, and I started again to meditate on the words he spoke to me, and I knew in that moment what I needed to do. In all this transition season, I neglected God, I neglected my heart, I neglected my boundaries, I neglected a lot of things, and that made me fearful, anxious. I was having panic attacks and all that, and I knew that I had to go back to Jesus. I knew that I had to prioritize God in my life and put Him first again, and that was a radical choice I made that day, and I was really hands-on to change my life, to change my direction, to prioritize what's needed, and what's healthy, what was life-giving to me. So that's what I did. I started every day waking up and just going to the Word, praying, worshiping. And that was my routine every morning before going to work. And it basically changed my life. It changed me in so many ways. That's when I started my journey of healing, restoration. That's when I started to fall in love with Jesus again and to prioritize Him. And I started being healthy again, make choices from that place where I was more healthy, where I will walk with Jesus and not make my own choices. Prioritizing God was what changed my life. And I look back on my life and I see the hand of God. I see Jesus in every situation of my life. I started to just sit and look back and see the goodness of God and the faithfulness of God along these years, and His presence. He was always there. He was always guiding me. He was always pulling me towards Himself. I've called this video The Pursuit because this is who God was to me in all these years of my life. I can testify of His goodness, of His faithfulness, of His love and mercy in my life. And I could have not done it without Him not being there. I had moments when I wanted to give up all this Christianity and Jesus thing. And basically God, He just pulled me out of that dangerous situation, and He basically got my back, and He was always encouraging and speaking to my heart, to the need of my heart. He helped me come back to the light, to the truth of who He is, and not stay in the dark, in the lies of the enemy. I want to speak out to all the single girls out there. I want to tell you that God is pursuing you, that God did not give up on you. He's still speaking. He is still faithful and merciful to who you are and to the things He has placed in your life. And I pray that you will have the eyes to see Him, to see His goodness, to see His love and His faithfulness in your life. He is the greater pursuer that you will ever have in your life. So if you're looking out there for other lovers, for other pursuers, I encourage you to first go look to Jesus. Jesus is already pursuing you. If you're not pursuing Jesus, then I encourage you to start doing that. In a relationship, if only one person is pursuing and the other one is not pursuing, that's not enough for a relationship to be developed, for a relationship to grow in love. And so is with Jesus. I'm not an expert in relationships, but what I've learned is that I have to choose Him every day, to live in that place where life, abundant life, flows out of me, where joy and peace are my friends. If I don't choose Him and choose other things, I will fall again into depression, anxiety, and all these negative things that burden us and challenges us. I'm not saying your life will be perfect. I'm not saying you're not going to have troubles or challenges. But I'm saying that when you pursue God, you will face those challenges and trials in a different way. You can actually go through the hardest times of your life having the peace of God inside your heart and not be fearful, but be fully trusting in God. And I can tell you that is true because I've experienced it in my life so many times. I want to encourage you to pursue God. I want to encourage you to put Him first in your life. And in this season of waiting, in this season of seeing God bringing to pass His promises regarding marriage, I want to encourage you to pursue Jesus and go for Him. Build this relationship with Him. Stay close to Him. Fall in love with Him and let Him teach you how to be a lover and how to be a pursuer and how to do life with him and with other people, and I'm sure there will be so much more to learn with him that you will ever try to learn on your own. He's the God who reveals himself. So take the time to stay in that place of revelation, that place of awe where your heart becomes alive. For me, being with Jesus is the place where I come alive, is the place where I feel like I'm blooming. Choose him because he has already chosen you. The action of choosing is really powerful. When we choose something, we are actually committing ourselves to that thing, choosing again and again and again. That's the thing that will move us forward. Yeah, so I want to encourage you to write in the comments below who is God to you. I hope this video blessed you and encouraged you to go deep, to stay close to Jesus, to choose him every day, and yeah, just take one day at a time, and that's how you're gonna make it through. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I'll see you next week. Bless you all.